Now on Tuesday, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez won a stunning upset against Joe Crowley. Now Joe Crowley is the number 4 Democrat, was the number 4 Democrat in the House, and he's going to take over for Nancy Pelosi, or was very likely to take over for Nancy Pelosi. Now, however, that's not going to happen anymore, and the reverberations are being felt all through the establishment. Now, one of the effects of that is the DSA. Now, what's the DSA? It's the Democratic Socialists of America. Now, one of the effects is that they have seen their membership skyrocket since Tuesday. Now, the 28-year-old member of the Democratic Socialists of America, who won in New York's 14th district on a platform of Medicare for all, abolishing ICE, a federal jobs guarantee, as well as many other progressive positions, has inspired a major boost in membership for the organization. According to Lawrence Dreyfus, a program associate for the DSA, the organization saw a surge of 1,152 memberships on Wednesday, about 35 times more signups than on an average day. So look, it doesn't sound like a lot, but then you realize it's one day, and it's 35 times higher than they have ever seen before. Now, the last major bump experienced was in the month following President Trump's election, during which they had about 6 times more signups than in the previous month. So there are now people that are looking into the Democratic Socialists of America. In fact, the DSA, after Ocasio Cortez's win, is one of the most #1 research terms. Like, what's Democratic Socialism? In fact, I'm going to get to this. There's a video out that explains what Democratic Socialism is, and you won't believe where it's from. But first, they say that the DSA has ballooned from some 5,000 members in November of 2016 to now over 40,000 nationwide. And now, they said the left-wing group's growth has been attributed in part to broader resistance to the new administration, as well as wider acceptability of the label of Democratic Socialist, championed by Senator Bernie Sanders. And now, let me show you an example of how wide it is being accepted. This video was on MSNBC. Watch.
The term democratic socialism was the most searched term on Merriam-Webster's website. So what are we talking about here? The word most people focus on is socialism. But while democratic socialists pull some ideas from that ideology, they are not traditional socialists. There is no call for communal ownership of production. Here's what else it is not. Communism. Most people use communism and socialism interchangeably, even Karl Marx. But communism is a political ideology, while socialism centers more on economics. They're related, but none of this has to do with democratic socialists. What they do call for is the enactment of certain socialist ideas through the democratic process, meaning everyone has a vote on whether they are a good idea or not. In many countries, democratic socialists work alongside other parties in broad coalitions. Their goal is to control prices of essential services like medicine, banking regulations, affordable education, and the ability to work. All sounds reasonable. All of that is in the effort to minimize economic inequality and allow everyone in society to not just survive, but have the ability to thrive and enjoy life, a concept they call bread and roses. And if you think some of these ideas are too alien to American culture, take a look at this. Social Security is a pension system run by the government. Medicaid and Medicare are government-run medical services. Even Amtrak is a government-owned transportation system. All of these are hallmarks of democratic socialist policy.
Wow. So, again, that's MSNBC. That was amazing. And I think for the most part, they got it right. There is some differences between social democracy and democratic socialism, but I'm not going to really get into the weeds on that. But hey, you know what? The point is, MSNBC actually explained it in positive terms. Hey, you like that Social Security? Hey, you like that Medicare and Medicaid? You like public transportation? That's socialism as part of democratic socialism. It's not something that's terrible. It's not something that's evil. It's just something that, hey, guess what? Benefits the entirety of society. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you know what that shows me? It shows me that the left is ascendant. Leftist ideas of common sense, of goods, and services, I should say, that are essential for human life could and can and should be socialized. It's not like anybody's asking for someone to make sneakers or computers or cell phones, the government. No, it goes alongside of capitalist systems, and it protects people who are vulnerable. That's what the whole point is, to make sure that people have things like housing and food and healthcare, no matter if they make money or not. That's the whole point, because it's a public good. And people, when approached with that, are like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? No, I really don't want a health insurance company being able to decide whether or not I can have a treatment based on how much money I have. In fact, look, these insurance companies, they actively work out against you. They don't want to pay out claims, whereas the government actually wants to make sure that you are taken care of, that you are healthy, that you get the health care that you need. Whereas, as I said before, insurance companies make their money off denying as many claims as possible. Why is that a system that is commoditized? Why is healthcare a commodity? Why is education a commodity? It shouldn't be. And in every other industrialized modern country, they have those public goods that are socialized because they know that's an investment in their people. We in America, we do not. But that, I think, might be changing. Because look at this. Democratic socialism was the #1 search term. You have democratic socialists that are winning in their races, and even high-profile races, as Alexandria Ocasio Cortez has shown. Those ideas are ascendant. Those ideas are becoming mainstream. And look, let me show you. Among those who have achieved political success as part of the DSA are Lee Carter, elected to the Virginia House of Delegates in 2017, Summer Lee and Sarah Innamorato, both who defeated long-term incumbent Democrats in Pennsylvania. And the wins continue to come. DSA, Our Revolution, leftward candidates, Justice Democrats, etc. All these different groups and all these different candidates are winning in Democratic primaries. And not only that, but they're also winning in general elections as well. Not all of them are going to win, but a lot of them have been. Our Revolution has a win rate of around just over 40%. And for an organization that is fairly new, that is amazing. That is a great track record. It's because these ideas are popular. Medicare for All has a 63% approval rating among the American electorate. 75% among Democrats. You have all these different policy positions, free college, a living wage, that have majority support in America. That's why the left is rising. And of course, they are incredibly scared. The establishment and the right wing especially. But look, it just shows you that if you run on a platform that is bold and progressive, then you have a better chance of winning. So this progressive platform, by the way, is something that the Democratic Party needs to adopt, or else they will get left behind. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.